Mojo Estates. So are you a traditional real estate agency?
In terms of our core business, yes. But when it comes to our concept of House of Mojo, we're definitely not.
So what do you guys mean by we're definitely not?
It's because we have different departments in-house to support everything related to the property purchase of our client. We have a legal department, we have a finance department, we have an architect design studio, and then we have sister companies as well.
So you mentioned legal department in-house. Most agencies outsource the legal services to other agents, refer people on. Why isn't there any conflict of interest by doing it in-house?
Well, we only represent one part, mainly the buyer. So there is no really conflict of interest.
A lot of agencies tell a different story, that you should always use an external lawyer because that way...
That's because they don't have an in-house lawyer.
Is that what it is? So just like when you're not allowed to go into a nightclub, you say, I don't want to come here anyway.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, right?
No, but of course not everybody can do this setup that we have constructed here, but we are an external. We are representing only one side.
I think the point that others would make would be that it's not that the conflict between the buyer and the seller, but more that the agent wants the deal to go through, the lawyer sees something that might be a problem.
Well, look, everybody wants the deal to go through.
Right, okay.
You know, you start somewhere on your journey anyway with trust. So where does that start and end?
They don't need to choose us as lawyers at all.
Right, okay, so they could use
No, they can do whatever they please.
If it pairs out with the client, they already trust him.
Yeah.
And if he says to them, it's a good idea to go there to your lawyer, or you go there, that's what they'll do.
There's so many benefits by doing this. Speed is one of them. All our clients, even before they are buying a property, found the property, they're giving us the power of attorney. We have a client account.
There's no chasing the lawyer. So you can just knock on the door and say, hey, Sheila, what's going on?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I also must say that the reason why we also took them in, also a younger team than most other agencies use, is also that they actually do respond. You know what I mean? The lawyers get quite comfortable down here, especially the older generation.
It's back to the communication
and they're so
problem.
busy and they're very arrogant and like, oh, I don't have time, now I need to go on holiday and this is a complicated case, I'll choose an off-plan purchase. Where these girls upstairs, they keep banging at it and they do respond to people, which is, you know, very important.
It's key. And there's another thing, I think there's a cultural thing that we have experienced when we had external lawyers, is that a lawyer, normally when they take 1% of the property price, we give our clients 10% discount, which actually comes to a lot of money when you think about €1 million.
So 10% discount on the 1%.
Yes. But what they're getting is, in our opinion, a service that is unmatched. And the cultural thing is important here, because we teach our ladies in legal to act and learn about the cultures that is represented by the buyers. As Jacob just said, the buyers want this deal to happen. But we experience many times, because a lawyer needs to have a 1%, he needs to create drama. He needs to create something with the seller's lawyer, and then there's two real estate agents and a buyer and a seller. And they all look at these two lawyers fighting. That never happens at Mojo.
To justify the work.
Exactly, to justify that 1%. We are here to make that deal happen, if it's possible. Does that mean we are going down in quality? No. We look at this as, is there a problem there? We're going to fix the problem. If there is something in the due diligence process that is not covered, or does the price need to be adjusted, but the deal will happen if it can happen.
I heard an interesting way of explaining what you just said by somebody, I think it was an agent not long ago, and they said that within the lawyer side, the real estate lawyer side here, you have deal makers and deal breakers.
Yeah.
And that's what you were saying about, I just see that some lawyers are trying to cause problems rather than trying to fix the problem.
Maybe they don't cause problems, but it's just like the whole...
Yeah.
But we think all the lawyers in Costa del Sol are very, very educated, and it's not about trashing them, it's just the cultural thing and the communication side of things.
Gotcha.
And that's so important for our clients.
And you mentioned finance? Tell me about that.
We have two very, very clever ladies sitting in our finance department, handling all aspects that is needed for being a property owner. It starts with the mortgage side, together with a broker, because we used to be a broker as well. That's one of the few things we decided not to continue with, because it's a big effort to be in contact with 30 different banks, securing the clients the best interest rates and conditions. So they are helping in that process. When the property is bought, we need to make sure that the taxes are paid. We need to make sure that the Modello 210 non-resident tax forms are being filled out every year on time. And if you rent out your property, we need to handle that tax-wise as well.
So it's more of a tax department in that sense.
It's what they call a historia down here, and then the mortgage on top.
I gotcha. What size of team do you have for all this stuff going on here? How big is the team?
In the States, we are 18, 20 agents, but maybe in the estates business alone, it covers maybe 30 of the 50 plus. It's all like a synergy between the different companies and concepts, but estates is maybe 20 agents in different nationalities.
Out of 50 in total?
Out of 50, yeah.
In total, right, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then all this departments comes on top on that,
Yeah,
right?
which adds up to the 50 plus. It's a lot.
But you also have a design studio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very proud of it.
And this is interior design.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is interior design, but we also just hired Diana, our first architect, because we're doing a lot of reform projects for our clients. Everybody who's not buying a new development buys an existing apartment and villa, and they all need a reform. It's those ones that we just need to cover. And we do that by our architect side, and then our two in-house design studio girls who's managing everything from how the architectural side should be, and then all the way down to the furniture packaging and all these things.
So you mentioned that you guys resell properties, existing properties, and new developments off plan. Yeah?
Well, we sell everything really. Off-plan, resale, new development, whatever you want to call it. We have a vast majority of clients coming down wanting something that is, if not already built, new and nice and key ready, which our design studio takes care of. Off-plan, they just want new underfloor heating, new distribution, which is something you can't pull over an existing resale property. But we also have resale, for the location clients wanting resale for that reason. So it's a bit of a mix, apartments, villas, everything.
So the full 360.
Yeah, I think maybe we sell more new built than resale. Would you say, Pierre?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you come down, you dream about having that little beautiful Spanish with the tiles and everything, and you go out and you see it. And then you look at the floor plans and the low windows and the bedrooms are wrong and everything. And then we take them to those stunning new off-plans that is being presented on the market, and then you go for that.
And people have different needs depending on why you buy the property in the first place.
So people like new, your buyers generally like new.
That's because we deal with a lot of investors, and there's a lot of upside, given, almost guaranteed is a big word, but a lot of upside in the new builds because the confidence is down with the developers. So it's nice to entry.
So talking about your design studio, you have a fairly large project in Mijas involving your design architecture studio. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's a big villa that's just on the outskirts of Mijas Pueblo, where it's a very nice, let's say, showcasing of what we handle in Mojo. The gentleman bought it with us, and he made a massive reform with us, and then he made the complete setup with the furniture side of things and the design studio, and now he's renting it out, and it's generating so much income that it's actually becoming a good business case, and he's considering selling it again with our upside profit. So it's the full circle of that villa.
What kind of challenges do you guys have with buyers? What are the most frequent challenges, if you have any challenges?
If we have any. Well, I would say the biggest challenge where we put in the most effort is actually communicating upfront before the clients come that they don't need to go anywhere else. And that's a lot to ask for someone you don't know. But not everyone knows that we are a full circle, or whatever we call it, House of Mojo, that we cover everything. So this, we have to educate them before they come. Because some clients, buyers have the expectation to the whole market that they need to go out, even when it comes down to property, booking that agent for that property, they go on Idealista and wherever they go, but they don't know the system. They don't know that we access everything, and all agents share so they don't need to go anywhere else, and they don't have to choose us. I'm just saying that if they do, it's full on, and we commit, and it's like a marriage. So what I don't like, and what Per doesn't like, is if they cheat. We don't like them coming down and playing around and like being polite and going out with other agents. Then they should do it from the start and say, I think we want to work with them. Fine. I don't have time for you guys anyway then. You know? So, right?
That's true.
That's a challenge.
It's a time challenge for us because we have only this amount of clients that we can handle, and we are full. So we need to have serious buyers who wants our service and like the way that we do things, because then we can put all our efforts in making that dream come true for them.
Real. So what you say it is, you guys put so much commitment into every deal from beginning to end, and there's not even an end by the looks of it, that you want that commitment back from the buyers themselves.
It's a no cure, no pay. We're not asking any signed agreement or anything. It's just a gentleman's agreement that if you want to play with me, Per, us as a team, we also want to play with you. We want the best for them, but we can only give them our best if they give us a chance. So if they are fucking around with other agents while we're trying to do our best, it doesn't work. No. So we have to be very upfront, and this is something we are educating ourselves in doing, because it's not really very comfortable to tell clients when you haven't met them, oh, I'm the best agent on the coast, which by the way I am. But how can you tell them that, you know?
And that's exactly why we built the House of Mojo with all those different services, because you're not getting it if you're not committing to us. So we have had clients saying, hey, I bought that with somebody else. Now I want to use rental. Now I want to use all your services, and that's not going to happen.